alligators, to be exact. Do you guys have a preference? You guys want me to get a big one or a little one?
Big one.
A little one, okay?
Big.
No, I'm just kidding. A big one. This is going to be a stupid question too. Do you want a mean one or a nice one?
Mean.
Mean one, of course. Of course. And how many people came here to watch me get bit? That is about par for the course. So, okay, there's a big one back here. I don't know if he's about the only one that really looks any good. An important thing though, when you're picking out the alligator that you're going to wrestle with and hold his mouth shut, you do want to make sure that you are wrestling the male alligator. Okay, we do not wrestle female alligators.
Why?
Well, it's hard to keep the mouth closed.
No.
Oh, that's not the first joke. I'm gonna start with this guy back here. There's a reason why the big rocks are on this side of the fence and the little rocks are over there. In case any of you guys get some funny ideas. Oh.
This way.
This is the one we'll use. Oops, I'm falling with it. Go. Yep, take a little bath. Stop. Shake your tail. No, that was not funny. Oh, try this again. Yeah, like, they give us a 1-foot plank here to walk on. It's not the most efficient way to get an alligator. Alright. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize how hot it was out here. Okay, this is my volunteer. And as you guys can see, alligator's very happy to be out here. He's got a big grin on his face. Right? First thing we want to do is catch our breath. Take a couple minutes now. Actually, what we're going to have to do, in order to get control of the alligator's mouth, is you have to get on the alligator's back. So the way you do this is you start the tail, you get a running start. Get a running start, and you jump. Okay? You're aiming for the neck when you jump. You don't want to overshoot that. That's the first no-no. Let me run back. I'm going to change my back. There's an alligator, and jumping on his back. You take a look at where the eyes are located. Okay, now these animals, they have great eyesight, but where their eyes are located, they kind of have a limited field of vision. An alligator can really only see what's off to his immediate sides and a little bit of what's above them. Alright, surprisingly, anything that's directly in front of the snout or below it, they're blind to that, and along with anything that's directly behind them. So what you want is you want the alligator's head facing in the opposite direction. And if he gets it off to the side, one way or the other, even just a little bit, he will see me coming. They're not that stupid. He'll spin around and meet about halfway. You guys can figure out what will happen then. So, I'm going to get the head aligned straight ahead of me. I'm going to give him a slight tug on the tail, and then pretty much at the same time, I'm just going to be jumping right on. Easy enough, right? Now we'll give the alligator a minute to catch his breath. You're supposed to fight more than that, but you get here, the first thing you do, you put your knees behind his front legs, and then you're going to kind of, you tuck or you curl your feet in behind his back legs. And what this does is it prevents the alligator from getting up, backing out from underneath me. Okay, get your knees and feet in place. Next thing you want, oh, this is another thing. Again, this one's not too bad, but if you get an alligator out here, he's really aggressive, he's throwing his head everywhere, he's whipping his tail everywhere. Really good technique to calm them down is you cover up their eyes. And we're honestly not sure why this works. One of the theories is that these animals have such a small brain that once they can't see what's going on around them, they think that they're dead. So, seriously, that's the theory. But you will notice periodically throughout the program, I will be covering up the alligator's eyes, just to kind of calm him down just a little bit. If you want to play tricks on him, cover up one eye, have a half-dead alligator, right? If our theory is true. Get your knees, feet. Next thing you want to do is get control of the mouth. Okay? The safest way to do that is start your hands here in the neck region, and you just slide them up, and you close in the mouth as you go. Okay? You're going to get a nice firm grip on the mouth, and you see how I brought his head back like this? Okay? With his head in that position, it kind of limits the alligator's movement from this point on. He can no longer walk forward with me on his back, turn it into the alligator rodeo. But more importantly, with his head like this, the alligator can no longer roll. That's one of the first things that they'll try and do to get away from us once we get a hold of their mouth. Two very ugly things can happen if an animal or if the alligator starts to roll underneath me. The first scenario is the alligator stops on his side, and they do strike from side to side. So if he's on his side, it puts him in a great position to reach up and bite me in the stomach or chest. Second scenario, alligator starts to roll, my leg gets tangled up with one of his legs or with his tail, and I start to roll with the alligator. So when we're out here and we're flopping around, we stop, and there's a slight chance that I'm going to end up with the alligator on my back. Then what's happening? On lunch? Yeah, he's showing his friends how to hold my mouth shut. Everything's backwards. So any opportunity that we get to limit their movement, we're going to try and take advantage of it. What you'll look at or what you'll see is it's either white or maybe kind of got like a yellow tinge to it. That's the tongue. So these animals, they go underneath the water, they can open their mouth up. The tongue closes off the back of the throat, and it prevents water. Visual signal, I don't know if, yeah, you can see a couple of guys in the water kind of turning their heads in my direction. Give them the sound signal. Look at all that commotion, huh? That's all it takes, though. Really, they hear that noise, they know it's time to eat. We're feeding them chicken. Any red meat, fish, or fowl will do. And they don't, excuse me, they don't necessarily have to kill what they intend to eat. In the wild, if they come across an animal that's already dead, might have even been rotting for a few days, they'll eat that just the same. So, again, it really doesn't matter as long as it is meat. Okay, with this guy, what you'll notice, the food gets in their mouth and they don't necessarily just gulp it right down. They make a slight chewing motion. Open up. Okay, the tooth on an alligator and crocodile, it's not made for chewing. So that's not what they're really doing. Sometimes this chicken, it might land in their mouth at a weird angle. They have to reposition it to make it a little bit easier for them to swallow it. And that's what that chewing motion is really accomplishing. Open up. Bigger target. There you go. There again's that chewing motion. Eating in the water. Okay, you guys remember how I told you that their tongue works like a valve? They can open their mouth up while they're underwater. Well, at the same time, that valve also prevents them from swallowing while they're underwater. So they have to bring their head above the surface in order to swallow this chicken in the water. Bring the head up, tilt the head back, and then just kind of let the food slide on down into their stomach. A little Cayman piece there. Let's see if I can get this guy to come out a little bit further for us. Are you hungry? Are you awake? Nope, it's still in my hand here. Oops, not anymore. This brings up a good point here. You notice how he's walked right by it? Remember what I said, their eyesight's very limited. So what'll happen, they can see the food as it's traveling through the air. They can hear it when it hits the ground. After that, though, it's just a matter of feeling for it. So these guys, they'll start dragging their chin across the gravel. Once they feel the chicken with their jaw, of course, they'll go ahead, they'll pick it up, and they'll finish consuming it from there. Okay, limited field of vision. Another thing, you look at how their heads are built. Their mouths are very long, the necks are very short and muscular. So this is going to prevent these animals from lunging straight forward to pick stuff up. This guy here, if he finds that chicken, he's going to roll his head to the side, pick it up actually with the side of his mouth. Or his friend will, whichever works. That's a rock, ding dong. There you go. rock out there. There you go. Well, I'll see if I can get over here on the grass. There's so many of them over here, I might just get chased out of here, but yeah, right. Who wants this? You're gonna jump after me, aren't you? Open up. Jeez. Here. Fluffy's an American alligator, like the majority of our animals in the enclosure here. He's not a true baby per se. We actually hatched Fluffy here a little over 2 years ago. So as you guys can see, alligators and crocodiles are very slow-growing animals. Like all reptiles, though, they grow throughout their entire life. They don't ever hit a certain size or age and stop growing. What I'm going to do, though, if you guys want to hang out for a little bit, I'm going to put a rubber band around Fluffy's mouth so he doesn't do any biting, and I'll meet you guys up at the fence and let you pet him. You can find out what a real alligator feels like. But once you're done with that, Travis is going to do another alligator show. So if you guys want, I mean, my show's a lot better than his, so you've already seen the best one out here. If you want, you can check out his show as well, or you can check out the dome or the other things I pointed out for you. Hope you guys enjoyed my alligator show. Enjoy the rest of your day.
How was that, Kimmer? No, Mom, you feel the sides.